here, and we're here just along from Dundee, and we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to collect some shells and some driftwood for a little craft project, so let's see what we can find. Big shell. Let's take that one.
Is it lit? Cool, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
It's like a baby conch.
It's just got a bit of sand in it, so
okay.
we can totally take that one. That's a nice one.
Certainly is. Okie dokes. Let's get on up the beach.
So collected a couple of bits of driftwood. We need to dry these out, and got a couple of shells in the bag so far, so we'll keep collecting.
We hope that the wind noise is a lot better than it has been in some of the videos. We've got a muffler now for the microphone, so hopefully that makes a big difference. Well, it's another bottle top. It's a really nicely frosted piece. I know we're out for some driftwood and seashells, but I think we're going to take that anyway. It looks like the bottom of a little bottle. It might be a ginger beer bottle, or it might be a little jar.
Alright, well I'll come a bit closer.
This is really shiny inside still. But see, this piece is really thick. This is also really thick here.
Yeah, well, ginger beer maybe, or some sort of jar. Anything on it?
No, there's no markings. No
Looks
markings
really
on the
nice.
base.
Could put some marbles in that.
That look. I mean, it's still really shiny as well.
Ah, definitely old.
Yeah, it's definitely old because of the thickness, but I think it's been buried in the sand or maybe underneath these stones that we have here. Nicole's found some milk glass. It's a nice blue piece as well.
Yeah,
You can see it from here.
Yeah. That's nice. I like these bits. It's a bit shiny, but I still collect them because they're really nice and colourful.
Yeah. So you just found a really nice blue piece.
Yeah.
Is it plastic? Is it glass?
Let's see. No, that's glass.
Oh wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's really big for a blue piece.
Yeah, yeah.
We're finding things we didn't expect to see here.
Yeah, yes, it's interesting. So I found a couple of really nice shells, and I'll show you just the kind of different types of shell that we find here, and I think they're going to make a really nice wind chime maybe. So it's all different sizes. That little footed shell, little dark one there, little mussel shell, little pink shell that I don't know the name of. Yeah, so that's the kind of different types of shells. I've not found any limpet shells at this beach, but I think I've got some at home. There's some really nice bits of driftwood that we found, like this bit, and there's also some fishing line, and we found a bit of beach plastic, so we're going to take all that home, and I think we've probably got enough to make something really cool. So when we get home, I'm going to show you in detail how to drill sea glass and pottery and some shells, and then we're going to make something out of the beach finds from today and from Ely the other week.
Please, if you enjoy this video or enjoy any of our videos, please subscribe to the channel, like and comment below. Thanks very much.
So that's us back in the house now from the beach, and we found some great things. We found some sea glass, some driftwood, and we've got some pottery, and we're going to make a suncatcher now. Now I'm going to show you how to drill sea glass and sea pottery in a tutorial, and I'll show you what kind of tools you need. You don't need to drill your sea pottery or sea glass in order to make the sun catcher, so stay tuned. You can also wire wrap or knot every piece with fishing line, but we've chosen to drill the pieces, so that's what I'm going to show you. Let's drill some sea glass. I'll show you my setup. What you need is a little plastic dish, fill it with water. You need some modelling clay, you need a drill, and you need some diamond tip drill bits. You might need a multi-chuck. It'll enable your drill to take really small drill bits. So let's get started. So here's a piece of sea glass we found in Ely, and I'm going to start drilling it now. If you've never drilled before, don't start with your best pieces of sea glass. I always start at a slight angle to create a little bevel in the sea glass. It just stops me from slipping. Flip over halfway. You see there's a little cloud forming around the piece of sea glass. That is glass, and that's why you want to drill underwater. This is extremely important if you're drilling shells. You don't want to breathe any pieces of glass or shells in. That's really bad for you. I'm also using a battery powered drill. It's for safety reasons because I don't want to be connected to the electricity. Try listening to the sound that the sea glass makes, or the drill. I find that when you're nearly through with the drill hole, the sound changes slightly. We're going to drill a sea pottery as well. Now you can't see through sea pottery, so you're just going to have to go a little bit slower when you're nearly through. One crucial piece of advice is be patient when you're drilling. It's always disappointing when a piece breaks, so just take your time. You need to push a little bit, but don't push too much. You'll find your way through it, but it takes some time. Don't be discouraged. I typically use a 1.4mm drill bit, but you can get them from 1mm all the way up to 2mm. Now we're going to drill a shell. Now, shells are really quite fragile and you don't really need to push very much, so be careful. Just go slow when you're drilling, take your time, there's nobody rushing you, and that's probably the best piece of advice I can give you. Keep checking your drill holes. And like I say, frequently check the drill hole, see if you're nearly through or you can see through the shell in this instance. That's it! So I pre-drilled these earlier and I've laid them out, and this is the piece that we just drilled, so that'll be part of this strings. We're going to make a sun catcher with 4 strings going down, and there's that piece of pottery, and that's also for this bit. So now let's make a sun catcher. We've got 2 pieces of driftwood and we're going to need to tie these together with some twine.
To tie this off, then we're going to take the rope, we're going to pass it underneath this loop here. Be careful with the scissors. Pull that out, pass it through this loop that we've created, pull that nice and tight. Now, do that 3 or 4 times and then just snip off the excess.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to tie all these pieces together. We've got our sea glass, we've got our shells, and we've got pottery here. So what I'm going to use is a little bit of fishing line. Left the fishing line a bit longer than I need to. Stringing. So I'll leave about maybe that much. I'm just going to make a knot. Let's make 2 knots. Okay, that's the first piece attached. So now we have to work our way up from the bottom, and that's a wee shell there that I've drilled earlier. Just have to feed it through. Just kind of roughly think where you might want the shell. Make a couple of knots now. Take your time. Okay, knot. That needs a double knot. So that's 2 pieces attached. And we're just going to keep going. Feeding it through the fishing line roughly to where you want it spaced, and then you just make a wee knot. Just a simple knot as you would tie in your shoes. Down a bit. Now you're just going to keep going and attach the sea pottery shells and sea glass to the fishing line until you're finished with that 1 string, and I've got another 3 to go now, and then we'll attach it to the driftwood. That's our suncatcher nearly finished. I've got the 3 strings already tied to the driftwood cross, and now I've got 1 more to do. What I've done is I've made little notches on either side of each piece of driftwood, so that the fishing line can just sit in there, but you could also drill a hole right through and just stop it with a bead. Okay, this is a little tricky to do, and it's probably best done with a 3rd finger to put on top of the knot, or just leave a little bit more string, which I haven't done.
It's basically a knot that you're tying though. I mean, it shouldn't be too technical.
No.
Feet to manage. If you leave yourself just that little extra piece.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so that's that attached. And I'm just going to cut that little extra string off with that. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to support us, please subscribe to our channel. If you would like to see more videos on crafting with sea glass or pottery, please comment and let us know. See you next time.